But let's get into your story because there's some neat things and principles that we can learn.
Sure.
And one thing that's important, I think, for our audiences to realize is that if we don't think people have ever had struggles, we probably don't know them well enough.
Mm,
And we love the underdog story, and
mhm.
everybody is the underdog of their own story. And if you don't think of anybody as an underdog, there's probably something we don't know about them yet. And here's the thing is that because you've written several books, and I think there's a triggering moment before that. Um, but there's a different mindset that happens. Now, the mindset that you talked about in your talk was, am I going to be a victim or am I going to write my own story?
Absolutely.
And there's a certain special mindset that you have to feel so empowered to be able to make that decision at that moment. Not everybody, and it depends on how life is going for us, right? Sometimes we hit a sudden roadblock, it's a little bit easier rather than things just kind of slow down for us and we're getting into this negative momentum. I'll call it that negative momentum. And it's just not working out for us. And we're like, great, this is one more thing that's getting in the way. Um, as far as that injury, you had to make the decision.
So within about 10 days, I got to a place where I could at least pretend that I was okay. And I always joke that it's a good thing that the Cobra Kai guys wore black gis, because had I worn a white gi, you would have seen blood dripping through because the wound wasn't healed. And I did all my own stunts. And I was young, and I was just so fired up to finish this. And I think that when we're faced with one of these challenges in life, you got to dig deep and look at what is your why. What is the real visceral, foundational, motivating factor that is driving you to overcome the challenge. It can be, you know, it's doing it for someone you love. It can be proving something to people. It can be proving to yourself. Whatever it is, you got to tap into that and let that be the catalyst that propels you through the challenge.